Hey, this is Brad. I just finished a unit on Alexander the Great, and I just wanted to share a little bit with you.
Great. Can you tell me who was Alexander the Great?
Alexander the Great was a famous warrior who had a very big empire, and a lot of people, including Julius Caesar, thought he was a very famous man, and they looked up to him.
Okay. So, what was the country that he was the ruler of?
He had a dad named Philip, and he owned Macedonia. He took over Greece, and then he died. So his son, Alexander, took over, and he took over Persia and India and Egypt.
Wow. When was this? Was this a long time ago?
Yes.
Um, what can you tell me about how did Alexander feel about conquering?
He felt like if he didn't conquer a country, then he would not be as famous. He wanted everybody in the whole world to know about him. He was greedy.
How did he feel about the Persian people? What did he grow up being taught about the Persian people?
He grew up being taught by by Aristotle that
Aristotle.
that the Persians were bad people. But when he actually met them, he kind of gave loyalty to them because he found out that they weren't so bad people, and so they kind of made friends, and then yeah.
Would you say that Alexander was someone who trusted people?
No.
Why
No,
not?
he didn't. If anybody showed one disrespect, then he would just chop off their head. Because anyone he thought that didn't like him was bad people. Because he wanted everybody to like him, and he was the ruler of everything.
Okay. Um, would you say that he was persistent, that he really went after his goals?
Yes, he never gave up. At a place called Tyre. It wasn't a city along the shore. It was 50 miles off the shore. But
An island?
an island, yes. So instead of all his men just giving up because they thought they couldn't do it, they actually Alexander didn't want to give up, and he actually chopped down a ton of trees and got a bunch of rocks and actually made a bridge that came from mainland to Tyre, and he shot spears and rocks from catapults, and they actually broke down a 20 feet wall.
What happened to that road when they were done with the battle?
Nothing. It's still there today.
That's pretty awesome. Do you think that Alexander changed the world in any way?
Yes.
How would you explain that? Why do you say that?
It's that without Alexander, a lot of people wouldn't have done what they did. Like,
Can you think of one of his battle strategies that maybe someone else used?
yes, when they were battling one of their most hated enemies, a king, the king of India, um, he thought they had elephants, and he knew that elephants, when they're running, they can't turn around very good. So what he did is, instead of going straight forward, he actually went around in a hook shape. So they attacked the Indians from behind.
And that was used again in World War II.
Uh-huh.
Can you show us a picture you made of Alexander?
I used chalk, and I actually spent maybe 10 o'clock doing it. I was up till about 10 or 9.
And can you tell us something about that this is your replication of a real illustration of Alexander the Great? Do you remember what it was taken from?
No.
A tile mosaic of him in battle. And he was on his horse in the mosaic. Do you remember his horse's name?
Bucephalus.
And how would you describe his relationship with his horse?
He, like a kid in a candy store.
He loved his horse. All right, is there anything else you want to tell us about Alexander?
No, that's about it.
Would you say that he was an inspirational leader?
Yes.
One of the best there ever was?
Yes.
And an interesting person, huh?
Yes.